everyone. We are Group A6 of Postgraduate Institute of Management, MBA 2020 batch. Today, in this gloomy Sunday, we have gathered here to share a few thoughts and valuable insights on leadership. There is a famous statement by Mr. Jim Rohn that a good objective of leadership is to help those who are doing poorly to do well and to help those who are doing well to do even better. So with that objective, today Mr. Padmanathan Srikanth will be joined with us to share his thoughts on leadership, who is a business leader in banking and finance sector. He is presently working as the head of financial institution. Previously, he served at a national bank as the head of finance for 29 years. And apart from that, he has served as a consultant for Central Bank of Sri Lanka, KPMG, Chamber of Commerce, and Export Development Board. Good morning, Mr. Padmanathan Srikanth. I'm Chanidhi Aryasena. And first, I would like to appreciate that you spare your valuable time with us. Over to you, Mrs. Priyadarshini.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you for the good introduction. Good morning to all of you. Yes.
Good morning, Mr. Padmanathan Srikanth. I am Priyadarshini Vijayakumar. So
Yes,
prior discussing,
go ahead.
good morning. So prior to discuss the subject matters, we will start off with your personal life. Could you please describe your childhood memories, education, and family?
Okay. The first time I'm hearing a question of that nature. Good to share with you my experience. Yes. I have 4 siblings. I'm third in the family. We lost our father when I was very young, 6 years old. So we were brought up by my mother. I would say our lady, Iron lady. She looked after us, all 4 children. And I started my education Vivekananda Mahavidyalaya, now known as Vivekananda College. I did my A-level there. Then prior to getting my results, I think I'm supposed to be the person, one of the person where just after A-level, I was stayed at home 10 days. Then this was in August. When the school starts, I had the opportunity to join as a teacher at St. Benedict's College, Kottayam. So until that date, to date, I'm working. So I have only 10 days after A-level, whereas my career started from St. Benedict's College as a teacher. I was teaching at business studies and social studies, now goes as geography or whatever. That subject was taught by me. So I was 1.5 years, almost 1.5 years, I was teaching at St. Benedict's College. Then by the time when I got my result, it was JVP time 1985. I did my A-level. During the JVP riots on the peak side, where the educations are, the universities are not open. I got the entrance to go to, I expected management, but I only get the become to do. But due to the financial commitment, the family background, I couldn't pursue my studies. Instead, after joining as a teacher in Benedict's College, I want to do my studies, but due to financial commitment, family background, so I had to work. Then I switched on my career to a company called Expo Lanka, where I got that job from one of my students. Father was working there. Then he had a check to check about his child's education. Then he came there. From there, I joined Expo Lanka. So I was there Expo Lanka for 4 years. Then I got promoted also in Expo Lanka. Then I thought that is my life-changing decision that I had taken to join at National Bank. So at the age of 25 years, I joined at National Bank as a bottom level, as a clerical level, where I was working at Expo Lanka as executive. But I took the bold decision to change my career because when Expo Lanka is a small company now, now they considered as a conglomerate, a bigger company, but then it was a small company. Then I switched on my career to National Bank. Though I was clerical level, I still took the bold decision to join. From where my career started progressive, I joined in HNB 1991. Then I managed to got my promotion 96. I think that was a great achievement. Within the 5 years to getting officer level at the bank, it's not an easy task. During that time, it's very, very tough task. Then I started my banking exam, and while I was in Expo-Lanka, I managed to do my diploma in English at Aquinas, which is the founding stone to improve my communication skill. Where I studied from a Mahavidyalaya, you know that background of the Mahavidyalaya, you don't have that communication skill to develop. Then I did a lot of hard work to develop my speaking, especially the English skills. Then I did my diploma. Then when I joined the bank, I started my banking career. Now I completed my AIB, and then I have a couple of promotions. After officer, I went to executive, then grade 1. Now I'm in the senior management level. So I'm successfully, I have come up to the senior management level. That is where the present context. Now I'm heading the financial institution, which is scope brief you. It is the department which looking after all the correspondent banks worldwide. So my division is in charge of communicating with all the banks in globally on behalf of that national bank. My job role is not only to do that, far more vast area where I'm also regulated perspective. I'm closely linked with central bank. I do prepare all the internal circulars to national bank, and I do as a resource person. I conduct a lot of training session on different field in foreign exchange, trade finance, and international guarantee. So many fields. Then I had opportunity to join the IBSL as a permanent lecturer last 7 years ago. Prior to that, I was teaching. I was giving presentation to different banks through IBSL conductor. They nominated a resource person. So I went to a few banks, a couple of leading banks. I deliver my presentation on these areas. And also I'm a part of Central Bank Center Study for Banking. There's also part of Central Bank's Training Center at Rajagiriya. I also go to certain other institutions to do presentation on when it comes to foreign exchange. They consider probably, I think they feel, most of the people feel that I am one of the best in the industry with regard to foreign exchange transaction. That is where my introduction to you. Anything else that you missed out? Anything that you are expecting, Darshi? Priyadarshi?
No, actually, you have covered everything, Mr. Srikanth. You have covered from your studies and your present level. Everything, I think you have covered everything.
And adding to that, I completed my master's also in 2015, where I thought it's better for my retirement plan. You should have a retirement plan in your life. So when my age is retiring, I thought, okay, I should not having a banking exam. I completed my banking. I would consider banking exam tougher than a degree. It's those days. It's AIB, very, very tough exam. Very few people as the banking completed. Banking considered as one of the toughest exams during that time. So I completed. I also, what happens is I would have completed much earlier, but unfortunately one subject is dragging me. So somehow I managed to complete that subject as well. Now I have completed banking as well as MBA. Now I'm geared to do some presentation, probably some lecturing, expecting after the retirement. Over to you.
Then we'll go to the second question. This is a small question. So you said that you started your career as a teacher. So at that time, did you have the dream of becoming a leader one day?
Not at all. Not at all. When I was teaching, I thought I should go into the accountant. I prefer as an accountant. Then I wanted to start my CIMA exam. When I about to register with great difficulties after my A-level, when I decided not to pursue my higher studies, at least I wanted to do the accountancy because I like accounting. I was teaching accounting. Then what happened? Then I had opportunity to work at Expo-Lanka, which is a totally different field altogether. Export firm, they are doing exports, all type of vegetable foods, and I am into the shipping and I am into the documentation part. From where, then I thought, okay, this may be my field. When I started building up my career, then I thought maybe this is not my path, because what happened, there is only limited area. There is no scope in that particular company for me to climb up the ladder. Then I decided, okay, because my background, I think I forgot to tell you, my father was ex-banker. He died very young. He was a bank employee at the Bank of Ceylon. My elder brother, who was well-known banker, his bank industries, he's worked there. So we have a bit of a banking background, but I never thought I will be a banker. But this has happened after I joined in the Expo-Lanka. It decided, okay, I don't have any career path. Then I thought, okay, father, my brother, why can't I also try banking? That is why my career came into the banking. From there, I start up my career progress. Where I intended when I left Expo Lanka as executive, joining as a clerical level at the bank. That was a bold decision I have taken, but that is given me rather fruitful results. I am today here and talking to you in that capacity of at least considered as a leader.
Yeah, that means you have joined, like you have gone through a wonderful journey. So over to you, Mr. Darshini.
Yeah. So as a leader in banking and finance sector, you need to manage so many tasks with so many people. So could you please share your thoughts on leadership towards people and leadership towards tasks?
Yeah, when it comes to leadership, the important thing is how do you influence people? If you can influence the people's behavior, that is where the leadership is all about. You need to be in a person to influence the people. So during my 29 years career, I worked with different sets of people, different sets of background. People are coming from different background, different gender. Uh, the leadership where the one of the best leadership quality, I would say, the relationship. How do you maintain your relationship? That is very important. Then continuous study, lifelong study. A leader should be always updated. Otherwise, what will happen? Your decision-making skills, you will be lacking. So you need to constantly, lifelong study is paramount important for a leader. Then you should be in a position to influence the behavior of other people. Because when there is a leader, definitely there should be followers. So if the followers looking up to the leader and say, okay, this is the guy I'm looking for. And there are other important feature, you must maintain your integrity. Integrity is very, very key in a leadership. The moment you lose your integrity, the followers will not have any confidence over you. So you need to simultaneously, while you lifelong study, you keep on update yourself, and you should be shown your people, the followers, okay, I am the guy, I am the, whatever I said, it will be delivered. So that is where the integrity coming in. Then commitment. I am expecting my followers to be committed. So I should show them the guideline. I should the example. I should set an example. Okay, I am committed. So thereby, I need not expect them. They follow me. But what happened? How do I do enhance this commitment of them? Training, on the job training. And also a leader should always remember the other quality of a leader. He should delegate. If the leader going to do all the tasks, it's very difficult. So you ask the question, how do you manage my tasks? I manage my tasks by delegating people. All my colleagues, if I'm not here, I wanted my team to run the show. That is where the leaders, the quality will come in. So you need to delegate your work tasks, different tasks. Because when you work when you work as a leader, especially in a bigger organization like a bank, the bank has a vision, bank has a mission, all this cascaded to different level of management level, and we get our quantum. This is our expectation within our scope of work. There are certain expectations, there are certain targets we need to achieve. So I as a leader, I'm going to do everything with my limited team. I have currently about 8 to 9 people working. So I need to manage these people. I have been managing all over the period. In the last 29 years, I manage different sets of people. So the leadership quality or the features, or you may be called as traits, you should have commitment, you should have continuous studies. Integrity is very important. You should, as a leader, you must delegate and always positive. So you must inculcate proactive and positive. These are some of the, you may go the different, when you study these leadership styles, all that is there. But the leadership style, you can't continue one leadership style and run, because the leadership style change according to the circumstances, situations, right? So when I am given this task to doing this banking different roles, I use the different styles of leadership. Probably you would have learned these styles, but sometimes you need to take immediate action that has to be done. Maybe leadership where you would have probably you learn this, where you as leader commanding who you must do this, right? So that kind of leadership situations arise. So answer to your question once again in brief: commitment, continuous studies, integrity, delegation, and proactive coaching the staff, very important, on the job training, because when I am delegating them, I should give the ingredients to them for them to take a decision. So as a leader, and the other quality is the decision making skills. How do you earn these decision making skills? By continuously you improve your personal development, that you need to continue update. So when I'm also into regulation, these regulations are a bit complicated because the central bank regulation generally complicated. It's very difficult. So this my team also have given task. This regulation need to be circulated to the entire network of 255 branches. So that task is given to my team. So I need to educate them. Okay, every day we discuss, we run brainstorming session. Okay, when you get a new instruction, how do we going to put it in a small language, a layman language, so the others can understand. So that is to that extent I develop my team. Even I am now I am very proud to say, in a lockdown period, my team is working from home and everything is done. Only thing, there are one or two things we couldn't do it, where you need to physically present the location. Other than that, my team is successfully, we don't have any backlog. We are doing currently all the work. That is because delegation. So these are some of the things that my personal experience, where you need to, as a leader, to overcome. How do you promote your people? While promoting, you need to achieve the task. Every organization expecting leader to achieve the task, because when the task is there, only somebody has to take care of the task. That is the leader comes in, where the leaders will expecting the followers to do. When the task is given, the leader is heading the unit or heading the team, where the followers need to be support. If the followers to support, you must give the recognition. So recognition also important. You should not carried away by only your self promotion. You only get as a leader, I have learned during this experience, always remember, give the recognition to your team member. Once you become team leader, give the recognition when that particular good work is done, the recognition should be given. So these are some of the features I would say during my career of 29 years working with different people. I have been successful in every department I work there. So that is because these are the features that I'm sharing.
That's really inspirational. Yeah, that's really a good answer, Mr. Srikanth Patnathan.
Okay.
Yeah, over to you, Chanidhi.
Okay. So as a leader, you might have identified some of your weaknesses and some of your strengths. So can you please share those weaknesses and strengths? So it is very grateful that we could learn something out of that.
Okay. Weaknesses, I don't, okay. So let me tell you the strength, then I come to the weaknesses.
Yeah, sure.
As far as I try my level best to do not have any weaknesses, but we are human beings. We make mistakes, right? So you can't say there's no weaknesses. So let me say, well, let's discuss my strength. Strength is as a resource person. So I have been constantly lifelong in studies, very important. Now I also do conduct a lot of resource as a resource person, a lot of presentation. So when I do this, the communication skill is where you need to, as a leader, you must be very influenced, very precise when you are giving instruction as a leader to your subordinate, to your followers, to your colleagues. It should be very precise. So you should develop a communication skill, where I feel that skill is, I feel that I have that skill. I should not tell I have the skill, others should tell, but the way the people expect me, so they expect whenever there is an issue, they come to me, because these are regulator related issue. They approach us because we are the people who do the circulars by going through the contents of the direction issued by central bank. We issue. So as a leader, I would say continuous lifelong studies, commitment, and integrity. These are some of the strengths, and also the effective communication. That is very, very paramount important. If you are a leader, your strength is the communication skill. Most of the leaders fail when they are unable to communicate. So when it comes to communication, very important, it's not that you tell, you have to be a good listener. That is where That is where the communication still stands. You must, whenever there is a staff, whenever a subordinate working with you, when he has a problem, you must listen to the person full. Then you analyze and then give the decision. Because most of the leaders do not listen and they carried away by somebody's instruction without knowing the real picture. Because the moment you started listening to your employee, you get to know very close that bonding is going to be lifelong relationship. That is what I said. The relationship was very key. The bonding is very key. Strength is asking Darshini's question. The strength are continuous learning, lifelong learning. Everybody has to learn because we have learned just drop in the ocean. So much to learn. Nobody can say I know everything. No, every day we are learning. That ability should have. I think that is the strength of a leader. And you should have a communication skill once again. And you should have a commitment, proactiveness, close relationship, maintain a good bonding with people, and democratic. I would say democratic. Give the opportunity to others. Always when there's an issue, discuss among them. Do the brainstorming session. Get their feedback and make a decision. Because you can't take own decision whenever the direction we issue, practically I'm sharing you. I give it to all my team members. You go through anything you want to improve. I really value them because even though they must be very subordinate, and so when you are as a leader, you should not treat people as a subordinate. You should always take their input also as a value addition. So that is something that as a leader, always give the contribution, always give them to come up with their suggestion. Then they are recognized because they feel they have been recognized. Even their small idea in a circular, they might say, can't you put this way? Listen to that and say it's making value addition. Just take that. The moment you take that, that is where the value addition comes in. That is where those people are committed. Okay, I should, before sometime what happened when the circular comes, they draft the entire circulars. Because that is where the delegation comes, that is where the coaching comes. So these are some of the strengths. Weaknesses, coming back to, you asked me what are the weaknesses. Weaknesses, sometimes what happen, without our knowledge, when you are continuously stress out, sometimes you might answer in the call a bit of a rude way. That may be my weaknesses. That on not a long, the short term. Everybody face this situation in office environment. You are stressful and you are getting calls. You might say, can you please call me? Maybe that weaknesses. I'm not obliging to every calls at that time. That may be probably. Sometimes I loses my politeness little bit. Can I call you? Or my voice is little bit raised. Maybe that I would say some of the weaknesses. Other than that, and one thing, a good question what you raised me. If you are, when I say democratic leader, always you must know your limitation. If you give more flexible to your employees or subordinate, they might try to take advantage. That is where I also have weaknesses, because when I most of the things to them, they are in some instance I have noticed they are taking it as granted they can do that. They can. So where I need to intervene and I have to rectify them and correct them. So that is something that I would say as a weaknesses. I hope I have answered your question.
Yeah, Mr. Srikanth. Then we move to the last question. So, okay. As you earlier said that lifelong study, integrity and commitment are the most values, like what are the things that you value in your life as a leader. And can you please share some advices to our grooming leaders? What are the things that they have to do and what are the qualities that they need to improve in their life? So something like that.
Yes, that is very important for you all are budding leaders now. You are going to be a leader one time, right? So you should know, okay, certain things. Okay, first I'll recommend few books for you to go through. I think you would have the 7 Habits Highly Effective People. Go through that books. And Good to Great, Jim Collins, there's a book. So these are some of the books. And also I can remember the book called Drive on Motivation. So these are some of the 3 books you just go through for your recommendation. And just share with you something. When you as a leader, always remember that commitment is coming from you. The moment you doesn't set an example of commitment, you can't expect the subordinate. So the commitment should be there from you. So you are committed, definitely the followers still committed. So the commitment is where you should develop. And also you must be, to your personal development, the integrity you must maintain right through. The moment you are losing your integrity, when you are lacking integrity, definitely followers will not have any trust over you. Because I have seen some leaders are failed because they don't keep their word. So the integrity is lost. Once the integrity is lost, there is no, you can't expect respect from. So, and other thing is, as a leader, you must earn respect. That is somewhere you are coaching them. So that is, as a good leader, you should not demand respect. You should earn respect. So for you to earn respect, it's very tough, very tough. You are working with different people coming from different field, different sets of communities, different sets of religion. So you are working. So when you are working, you have these different kind of people, you need to move with them. So as a good leader, the other recommendation, other suggestion I suggest, when a good work is done, praise them in front of everybody. Give the recognition in front of everybody, right? As a good leader, that is very important. When something good job is done, appreciate a person in front of everybody. But on the same way, when a person make a mistakes, call that particular person with you and discuss the problem with him. That is the quality of a good leader. A good leader always maintain that status where recognitions is they always giving it to the employee. When it comes to weaknesses, they say the weaknesses should be discussed with the staff member. That is something that you need to be. Hope I have answered your questions.
Yeah, thank you. Over to you, Priyadarshini.
Yeah,
Yes,
so
that's
with
it.
that, we would like to conclude our interview. So we really appreciate for spending time with us among your busy schedules. So thank you so much for sharing your thoughts, experience, and knowledge with us today.
Okay, you're most welcome. And I take this opportunity to wish each and every one of you to get more marks on your assignment. All the best for your studies.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Okay,
you.
bye.